Welcome to Mainland Television Regional News. I'm Graham O'Brien, and today's news: RockQuest showcases new talent, Close Shave for prosthetic fundraiser, Hands Across the Sands, and more. And Nelson Church threw its weight behind last Saturday's Shave Off for Kick-Off fundraiser carnival for young cancer survivor 7-year-old Deanna Marsden, whose lower leg had been amputated due to the disease. Prosthetic limbs do not come cheaply, and this brave young girl wasn't holding out for new toys, just hope for a new leg. The fundraiser proved to be a popular and entertaining event which achieved its goal of paying for the prosthetic limb for Deanna, and Lynette Salisbury was there to capture the action.
I'm here today with Kirsty Tuff, who's the overseer of what's happening today at St Stephen's Anglican Church, Tahunanui. Kirsty, tell us a bit about the activities going on today.
We have a fantastic day here. We've got lots of things happening. We've got the bouncy castle, lucky dips, silent auction, the face painting, wacky hairs. We've got a few free activities with the kids making masks and a few cookie decorating and doing some stone decorating. We've got a juggler out there teaching the kids how to juggle. We've got Devonshire tea, hot coffee. How much more do you want?
That's great. So then tell us, the big question is, what is this money going towards?
We are getting all this money together to go to our beautiful Deanna Marsden, and she is going to get a sports prosthetic leg out of it. So,
okay, tell us a bit more about her story.
So Deanna was diagnosed with a really rare form of cancer in her leg just before Christmas last year. She's all of 7 years old, so 4 days before her 7th birthday they amputated her leg. So we have, that's why we've got on board to do this. So Deanna is an absolute amazing little girl. At 7 she has been evangelising down in Christchurch Hospital. She's been going around Ronald McDonald and telling people about her amazing faith in the God that we have, which is fantastic.
I'm here today with a very unministerial looking Nathaniel Peterson, who is in fact the minister here at St Stephen's Anglican Church in Tahunanui. Nathaniel is wearing this hairdo today because he is just about to have the lot shaved off. Nathaniel, tell us about the ethos of Tahunanui St Stephen's Church as it is different from other churches in the area.
I think we've developed really strong love for this community. We're a community church. Our purpose, our reason for existing is to know God, make Him known, and so we do that by showing that to the community. And as you can see, probably behind me, we've got a lot of the community here and involved and today. So it's really great to see. Yeah.
That's great. Are there any other initiatives going on through St Stephen's that you could tell us about?
We have a lot of things happening through just week by week anyway, and so a lot of community type programs. So we've got a kids club on Thursday afternoons, after school club for the kids, and we've got a youth group Wednesday afternoons as well after school. And then we do also have quite a lot of involvement, or we have a person that works in the community support worker, who's also involved in the local school and things like that. So again, we're just trying to reach out into the community with the love of God and show that, yeah.
And you'd say that's how to flesh out your faith on a day-to-day basis?
It's really, yeah. We kind of put legs on our faith and roll our sleeves up.
Barry, tell us, why go to all the trouble of having your head shaved off for Deanna? Why not just give money?
Because it's a fun thing to do, and we just enjoy having fun together as a Christian group, as a church, and we think this is a great way of raising finance for Deanna for this surgery that she's had, and for the way in which for her future. And so we just like to do this as a lot of fun.
I'm here today with DJ, mother to Deanna, who this day is in honour of. DJ, tell us how it feels for you to see all the support that there is here in Tahunanui for you and your family, especially for Deanna.
I got a little bit teary-eyed seeing some of my friends do the shave. Deanna needed to just feel a little bit like, we were the same, I guess, since her hair was falling out dramatically. So, what better to do is to put a smile on her face.
So she's not alone in this?
Yeah.
I understand Dan is a very brave little girl.
Oh yes, she keeps all the doctors and nurses in check and keeps the sense of humour going.
Anyone you want to say a thank you to today?
Yes, I would love to just say a big thank you to St Stephen's Church. I mean, the community of Tahunanui, you know, this is what it's all about, is, you know, just support and love and just being there for one another, and to do it in God's house, you know, it's amazing.
Another fundraiser last Friday saw musicians from around the region participating to provide fee-free entertainment in support of cancer fighter Susie Frey from Nelson band The Johnnies. Susie and her band The Johnnies also played a song to the delight of those attending. The event was a sellout, and it is believed that ticket sales and a silent auction added another $12,000 towards Susie's trip for alternative cancer treatment in Germany. Saturday's deep sea oil drilling protest, Hands Across the Sands, was attended by 160 people of all ages to show their concern for our environment in an effort to tell the government they do not want to take the risk of an oil spill on New Zealand's shores. Organiser Verena Maida thanked the crowd for their continuing support and spoke of her long participation in trying to keep New Zealand clean and green for future generations. Nelson woman Jacqueline Gibson read out the climate change submission asking the government for a minimum target of 40% emissions by 2030.
I urge the government to drop all plans to further develop our fossil fuel reserves. The world can only afford to burn 20% of currently explored reserves. In the age of climate change, we should solely focus on the development of renewable energy sources.
Hey there, what's your personal motivation for coming down today?
I'm here representing Paddlers for Marine Mammal Protection. So we're just concerned about deep sea drilling and the effect it has on marine mammal life. And yeah, enough's enough.
Raven, what's your motivation for coming down today?
All right, well, as a young person living in New Zealand today, I definitely don't want deep sea oil drilling to be a part of my future or our nation's future, and I think that at the moment we're sort of in this moment in history where we're standing at crossroads as to which way we want to develop our country. And in the face of climate change, I think that developing in fossil fuel development is just totally unethical when considering all future generations that are going to be living on this planet. So I'm here today because I very much sense that it's going to be a bottom-up movement that will truly change the world that we're living in, and so I want to be a part of that and continue to be a part of that so that I can look at my children and tell them that I stood on the right side of history.
What's your personal motivation for coming down today?
Well, having just attended the government's or the MFE's request for us to submit on climate change, this sort of it links in with this. I mean, we have to stop our reliance on fossil fuels, and the reason that people like Petrobras, etc., are searching, or Shell are searching in the Arctic, is because we're obviously running out of the stuff. So we need a plan to replace it, and we don't have a plan. We're still running on the premise that we're going to have it forever, which is not true.
So I wanted to think about that, protect our nature more and more. So.
Last year I did a tandem parachute dive, 16,500 feet, and I looked down at the ocean over there from Motueka right out to Farewell Spit, and I thought, this is absolutely amazing. What a perfect planet we live on, as I soared down 300 k's an hour towards Google Earth, really. And then when I got home, as we do, I looked up to see what was on my Facebook page, and I noticed somebody had reposted the albatrosses at Midway Island with all the plastic that they had ingested, and I just went, you know what, this is not okay, and we're all responsible. And so I just looked at it and thought, I have to start my responsibility with me, not expecting it of others. So that's my impetus, really, for doing this.
Well, I just thought, because I was thinking, because I saw this video about what if it wasn't there for our future generations, and I was just like, oh, well, there might not be there if we keep like oil drilling and stuff.
It's the whole thing of climate change and the way that we have abused the planet endlessly, and we've got to do something about it fast. And I have no confidence in this government because they're backing off. They're not making any firm commitments, and we need leadership. Absolutely, that's so important. We need good leaders to get off that chuff and actually begin to legislate. They've got a huge proportion of the country behind them on this particular thing. And all they seem to think about is to just not say anything definite. They just waffle along and then get away with it.
The only elected person of significance who showed for this protest action was TDC councillor Judine Edgar. English Language Partners is a mainly New Zealand Ministry of Education funded education provider, and we had the organisation's new Nelson manager, Mary Ellen O'Connor, to talk about what the centre does and how the community can get involved to help. Mary Ellen, thanks for taking the time to talk to us today. You've taken over the manager of the English Language Partners. Can you tell us a little bit about what you do down there at number 2 Bridge Street?
Thanks for having me, Graham. English Language Partners is what was formerly known as the ESOL Home Tutor Scheme. People may know it better under that name. We're a not-for-profit organisation that's dealing with the English language education for largely refugees, some migrants as well, but largely our refugee people in Nelson who, as people probably know, come from Bhutan via Nepal and Myanmar. Right. Yeah, there's you may have heard on the news this morning there's another refugee crisis erupting in Myanmar with people trying to escape on boats. So those are the people that we are largely dealing with, those refugees.
Well, and if people want to volunteer and help out a little bit, how can they go about it?
Oh, well, what we do in our organisation, we do formerly the Home Tutor Scheme. We train volunteers to go into homes and teach individual refugees English language. Often these people have a very low level of English language. Some of them are actually maybe not even literate in their own language. So to have that volunteer come into their homes and help them can be an enormous plus in their lives. I think it's probably necessary to say that provision of English language education is utterly essential for the successful settlement outcomes for refugees. Sure. So what we do is we train volunteers. We're starting another course that runs from the 2nd of June to the 20th of June, 25 hours a week, which interested people sign up for. They do the training, and then once equipped with that, they are matched with a learner. There's various things that have to be taken into account at that stage, cultural sensitivities possibly, women probably need a woman tutor and so on. Our coordinator then does a best fit match, and away the volunteer goes, equipped of course with what they've learnt in our volunteer course, which is free apart from a fee that we have to charge for the manual to cover printing costs.
Right, oh, that sounds pretty exciting, really. I mean, I've met the, we've all met the refugees around the place. I mean, they had a great splash of colour to the city, and they seem generally very, very lovely people.
They are marvellous people, especially considering what they've been through. You know, a third of them, they say, have come through, torture, basically, and all of them have come through awful trauma of some kind or another, and so I think we have to regard it as a privilege to have those people here, adding diversity to our city, and I think we're also very grateful to have our volunteers who are prepared to go along and help with the successful settlement outcome for these people. Not easy, never easy, going to settle in such a different culture, but.
Sure. Yeah. And do you have some, for the next step, do you actually deal with any employers, or do you do any side of that part of it?
Yes, we also run quite a lot of small English classes at the centre for people who are able to attend classes. The ones with the home tutors cannot attend classes for one reason or another. But we also run what we call English for Employment, which is for people who are again, that can include migrants as well as refugees who are in work but needing more English language for the job or for moving on to a different job. So we run English for Employment classes in both Richmond and Nelson.
Well, Mary Ellen, thanks very much for coming along, and all the best for the future.
My pleasure, Graham. Thanks for having me.
Cheers. A 52-year-old Nelson man was arrested last Thursday night after an incident at a Bridge Street bar when it was reported that a customer had a pistol presented at them. The incident was witnessed by a staff member who called police. The police located the offender in a subsequent search, and he was found to be in possession of an airgun pistol, tomahawk, a tire iron, along with cannabis. The man was to appear in the Nelson District Court charged with firearms and cannabis-related offences. A stupid decision meant that a foreign tramper had to be rescued from the Nelson Lakes by the Nelson Marlborough Rescue Helicopter over the weekend. 2 men and a woman from Germany chose to set off late Friday afternoon from the Speargrass Hut area in Nelson Lakes, then becoming lost in the dark, with the woman becoming hurt. The group were in their 20s and were trying to make their way to the Angelus Hut when the woman hurt her hip. The Nelson Marlborough Rescue Helicopter was called and night vision equipment was used to spot them at Speargrass. However, windy conditions meant they were unable to pick up, so 2 search and rescue volunteers went in to meet them. In the meantime, another German tramper helped the trio get to the Angelus Hut by around midnight. The helicopter was able to pick up the injured woman on Saturday, delivering her to Nelson Hospital for treatment, while her male companions were able to make it out under their own steam. The region's smoke-free RockQuest Heats were up last weekend and young people turned out in force to support their favourite school band at Nelson Theatre Royale on Saturday evening. Teenagers without tickets were left queuing at the door, hopeful of someone leaving after the event was a complete sellout. The organisers had the soloists and duos up first and then announced the finalists before the school bands took their turn up on stage. This allowed those patiently waiting outside entry as the soloists and duo supporters and parents left the event early. We caught up with one Motueka High School band, Rekindled Pursuit, whose performance won them a place in next weekend's Smoke-Free RockQuest final with a rousing performance that had the crowd enthusiastically behind them.
Our next act from Motueka High School, it's Rekindled Pursuit!
Out of the 37 entries in this year's regional heats, the 2 solo duos for Nelson were Gemma Christel from Nelson College for Girls and Zeal from Garran College. Both will play off at the regional finals for first and second place to both go into the judging pool for the national final. And out of all the bands entered, 11 bands were selected for the playoff at the regional finals, which is taking place this Friday, 22nd of May at the Theatre Royale. After the break, we'll bring you the latest weather update and some events and happenings coming up from around the region.
Welcome me hearties to Smugglers Pub and Cafe, famous for hearty meals, craft ales and a friendly service way. Sensational seasonal menus with meals all day and evening too, or sail in for a snack with special menus for young smugglers and you. Settle in for a jolly old time, relax and enjoy our award-winning dining and lovely fine wine. Decked out in an old worldly way, we're open 7 days. Book or come on in to 8 Muritai Street, not far from a beach walk or swim. Phone 546408.
I'm Francis from Nelson Auto Glass. We repair all auto glass, stone chips, windscreen replacements, scratch removal.
If you have an auto glass issue, our team will sort it.
Nelson Auto Glass Specialist, 84 Vanguard Street, Nelson.
Hi everyone, I'm Malcolm Harris from The Facilitators. We now look after sales for mainland TV, radio, Sky and online. New Zealand On Air's latest Colmar Brunton survey confirms mainland's large multimedia audience. If you're in business or want to put a message out to everyone in the Nelson Tasman region, plus nationwide on Sky or worldwide online, please give me a call or see our website at www.mainlandtv.nz.
The Shed.
Discover the Belgrove Tavern just 20 minutes south of Richmond on State Highway 6. A restaurant, functions, weddings, barbecue, garden bar with lots of room for kids. Come in, see us.
the team at J-Car, right here in Nelson, 120 Hardy Street. Our shop is full of electronic items,
including security alarm systems, electronic components,
solar and power,
electronics, toys,
sound systems, cables, and much, much more. J-Car.
120 Hardy Street, Nelson.
A lesson in history for your diary. Gallipoli, bursting the myths of the Anzac legend. Who were the Anzacs fighting at Gallipoli and why? And why did the ill-fated campaign go so badly wrong for our boys? Military historian and the author of New Zealand and the First World War, Dr. Damien Fenton, will be presenting a public lecture on the 9-month Gallipoli campaign from the other side of the coin at 7:30 p.m, Thursday the 28th of May in the Masonic Hall in Niles Street. It's a gold coin donation. On behalf of the team here at Mainland Television News, thank you for joining us, and we'll bring you the latest news and events from around the region again tomorrow.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.
G'day, it's your old mate the Mad Butcher and you're watching Mainland TV.
Hi, my name's Ian Mortimer. Mortimer Auto Upholstery is your one-stop shop for all your upholstery needs. We do car and boat interiors, boat canopies, ute tonneau covers, canvas and PVC fabrication. Call in and see us in Oxford Mews, 72 Oxford Street, Richmond.
Are you looking for a scooter, walker, wheelchair, baby seats or pushchairs? Then come in and see the Nelson Region Specialist at Mobility for You, 269 Queen Street, Richmond, opposite the library. We have a huge selection of scooters, walkers, wheelchairs and accessories, along with a free booklet guide. We also provide a breakdown service if you ever get a puncture or a flat battery. We have fully equipped service vans to rescue you. Hi, I'm Robin Jordan and I invite you to call in and see the friendly team at Mobility for You, 269 Queen Street, Richmond, opposite the library.
World War I was a defining period in our history, impacting greatly on the lives of people from the Nelson province. Memories of the First World War is an exhibition which will be displayed in a number of regional venues and is currently on at the Nelson Provincial Museum.
Why would you want to pay as much as $1,000 for a single bed mattress when you can buy a high quality locally made mattress like this for as little as $220? And a queen size mattress could cost you in excess of $3,000, but at Nelson Beds you could have a mattress like this as low as $425. So why would you go out and spend a fortune on your child's bedroom when you can come to Nelson Beds and buy a complete single mattress and base set, a 7-drawer Scotch chest, a headboard and a 3-drawer bedside cabinet for as little as $979. So call and discuss our custom manufacturing options and local after sales service at Nelson Beds, Nelson's only bedding manufacturer.
Nelson Tire Center, great prices, great service. Buy your own Bryford trailer, all types, all sizes. See Colin Douglas for your tires and batteries.
Social networking is all the rage on the internet, and millions of people all over the world visit one of the many social media sites every day, like Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. A new social network that allows you to get paid for posting pictures. This platform brings e-commerce and social media together in one place and makes it possible to make money by sharing your content online. The system is very simple to use, whether you log into the website or use the mobile app. How does it work? The website works very much like any other social media with a twist. You can earn money from the content you share. You can increase the opportunity of making additional income by connecting your other social media sites like Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. All you need to do is learn 3 simple steps. Snap it, tag it, and share it. Sign up today, http://kiwi1.igrowtour.com.
Welcome to Smugglers Pub and Cafe, open 7 days a week with free parking all day. Our lunch menus have that fat old-fashioned flavour where we treat you like treasure with the food you'll savour. We cater for children, grannies and granddads too, with special rates and privileges given to the elderly lunchtime crew. Our staff are friendly and kind and want to see you all come back time after time. Daytime or evening, it doesn't matter. Give us a call on 546-4084 and we'll be happy to spoil ya.
Rats, stoats and possums are killing our native birds and reptiles. You can stop this tragedy.
The Brookway Marama Sanctuary is building a pest-proof fence which will allow native wildlife to flourish and spread into our lives.
Help us preserve our native wildlife.
Your support is needed now. You can personally or as a group sponsor a fence post for as little as $100, including the legacy of a personalised plaque.
Go to thebrooksanctuary.org or give us a call.
And be part of this exciting community project.
The Brookway Marama Sanctuary, returning nature to the Nelson region.
Are you looking for a scooter, walker, wheelchair, baby seats or pushchairs? Then come in and see the Nelson Region Specialist at Mobility for You, 269 Queen Street, Richmond, opposite the library. We have a huge selection of scooters, walkers, wheelchairs and accessories, along with a free booklet guide. We also provide a breakdown service if you ever get a puncture or a flat battery. We have fully equipped service vans to rescue you. Hi, I'm Robin Jordan and I invite you to call in and see the friendly team at Mobility for You, 269 Queen Street, Richmond, opposite the library.